this has actually happened to you, I'd pick up. When we get our W-2s, we're like, where did all of my money go? Okay, there's all these transactions. When we got into the fraud investigation department, and I started in January, and I started off with this little journal. Pop it up now. Every time I paid off a credit card, I would always write thank you. All right, let's do this. Let me adjust this really quick. If I was starting my debt-free journey all over again, what are the things that I wish I would have done that I didn't that would help somebody else? Number one would be create. If I was starting my debt-free journey all over again, which Lord knows after a bad separation and a home almost going into foreclosure, credit cards up to here, your girl has gone through it. But this is exactly what I wish someone would have told me when I first got started with my journey. Here are 6 action steps that will completely change your debt-free journey. Number 1, what do you still need to cancel? There may be a couple of subscriptions. Maybe you're paying for so many different apps that you can actually cancel, that it is going to start freeing up some of that extra money. That way you can put that money to your debt. Number 2, are you paying a bunch of fees for like your bank account? Are you paying a monthly fee? Are you paying overdraft fees? If you are, you may want to consider either changing your bank account to a credit union where you are able to sign up for a checking account or a savings account that is completely free. There's no charges to you. I know a lot of us today, with everybody using their cell phones, their mobile phones, it's very easy for you to just pull up your statement within like 2.2 seconds. So what you want to do is you want to click on your statement, look in detail. Does everything look good there? Has anybody actually been charging on your credit card? Do you have any fraudulent activities that maybe you haven't even catched because you're just so used to swiping your card that you really don't pay attention to what's actually going out of your bank account? Of course, when we make our deposits, we're always paying attention to the money that comes in. But what about paying attention to the money that actually goes out? Number 3, this is actually something that happened to somebody that I ended up helping on their financial journey. The client was explaining to me that he didn't understand why he kept on getting charges in his bank, that Amazon was taking out money and that there were purchases from Starbucks. So I told him immediately, well, let's call your bank, because Spanish was his first language. So he gave the bank teller all access to being able to communicate with me. So I said, okay, there's all these transactions, and at this time we're on his mobile app. We're looking at all the transactions. I'm like, yeah, there's a transaction on this day, there's a transaction on that day. I'm not gonna say the whole entire story because I was on the phone with the lady for almost an hour. When we got into the fraud investigation department, ended up being that this client of mine, his daughter was using his bank account information. He had absolutely no clue that she was not only making purchases on Amazon and shipping it to a different address, but she was actually buying herself Starbucks every day before she went to work. And he says, yo nunca he tomado Starbucks en mi vida. A mí no me gusta ese café. Pretty much saying that I've never drank Starbucks. I don't even like that coffee. Even a fraudulent activity because it was actually somebody he knew, which was his daughter. This is a public announcement to make sure that you are actually checking your account, because sometimes someone very close to you could actually be using your money and you have no clue. So that was my little tip number 3. Number 4, stop paying with your debit card and your credit cards when you are pumping gas, guys. So I'm not too sure if you guys have ever noticed, I'll put a photo right here of what it looks like at like a local gas station. There are 2 options that the gas station's actually giving you every time you pump that expensive gas, especially here in California. There's an option for a cash price and there's an option for a credit card, debit card price. So what I actually do is I keep this little journal, pop it up now, right there. I keep this in my car and it's actually my cash envelope system. So when I go pump gas and I'm pretty much almost on E, I will take out that little green folder. I will take out my gas money. I already know approximately how much it's gonna cost me every time I pump at the gas station to fill up my vehicle. I normally will pay about $80. So always remember that every time you are paying with a debit card or a credit card or Apple Pay, whatever that looks like, you are actually giving them more money that you don't need to be giving them. So instead, just pay cash and save yourself some money. Number 5, what is your plan to get out of debt? The easiest way that if I was trying to get out of debt again, what I would do, which I wish I would have done, would have been to actually see how much money I am projecting to make for the year. Now, you don't have to wait till January 1st or the end of the year. You can do this right now. All you want to do is from today, you want to ask yourself, when I get paid, how much is going to be my net dollar amount? That net dollar amount is the actual amount of money that you have to work with. When we get our W-2s, we're like, where did all of my money go? So you want to find out exactly, number one, how much money are you actually receiving every single month? Number two, where is your money going? When I did this exercise, you guys, I was blown away by the amount of fast food that I was actually buying. Oh, I'm busy today. I don't want to cook, so let's go buy food. Not only is it more expensive, but not only that, the food that I would buy when I would go to the grocery store, guess where it was going a lot of the times? I feel so embarrassed to say this, but this is the truth. There's a lot of times I was throwing away fruits and veggies and sometimes even meat because it just went bad. I was ordering way too much pizza. I was also buying the kids food, and so we're just making better choices now. The other thing that I would definitely do if I was starting my debt-free journey all over again, I would definitely take out all of my credit cards from my wallet. When you show up to that store, that department store, Best Buy, whatnot, you're not tempted to make that purchase. The other thing is, if you're paying way too much money, like on bank fees, they're charging you a service fee. Bank of America is really big on this. If you don't have X amount of money in your bank account, they will charge you. So what I would do is, if this has actually happened to you, I'd pick up the phone and say, hi, things are really hard right now. I know you guys just charged me a fee because my bank account is low. Are you able to please do a one-time exception and reverse that fee? I'm gonna tell you that most of the times, because I have a lot of friends that work in the banking field, they will reverse the fee for you. You just have to call and be nice. I would also recommend you to look into maybe like a local credit union. This is just Navy Federal Credit Union. We are members of this credit union. One thing now that I did do is every single month I will be paying myself now as if it was a debt. And that's the beautiful thing of what you have to look forward to once you're out of debt. Not only does it free up all that space, every time you get paid, it's also like a reminder, like, oh my God, yes, I got paid, but I got to pay these bills and I still have debt. The energy that we lose because of the fact that we're so stressed out about what we owe, I think the hardest part is just starting. I also think one of the other hardest parts is really taking the time to write out on a piece of paper, a little scratch paper, how much debt you actually owe. Once you write down all your credit cards, next you're going to want to organize all of your debt in order by the most expensive one to the least one. And every time I paid off a credit card, I would always write thank you, thank you, thank you. This is also just a form of gratitude of me being able to say thank you, Lord, for allowing me to do this. Okay, so let's repeat what we just learned. What do you need to cancel? What are you paying for that you haven't realized that you're paying for it? Do you have Patreons? Are you paying for a monthly subscription? Whatever that is, get rid of it. You don't need it. Every month, just because you have not picked up the phone just to make that phone call, you are literally giving them money for no reason. Number two, are you paying way too many fees at the local bank that you're banking with? Are you paying overdraft fees? What are they charging you? The other thing is, you want to ask yourself, why do you continue to overdraft? Is it because your Apple Music is, clearing your bank account and you forgot that you didn't have the money? Not only do you owe the Apple Music, but now you owe the overdraft fee. Call, ask, hey, do you have a better bank account that I can actually switch over to? Because I realize that my bank account is more under than it is over. So I really would like to avoid these fees, or I'm going to end up having to maybe move to a credit union. And I'm telling you, they will figure something out for you. Number three, when was the last time that you looked at your bank statement? When was the last time that you looked at your credit card statements? I think it's very important for you to look at them to make sure that nobody is charging anything. Merchant hasn't double charged you, just to make sure everything looks good. Number four, make sure that you're paying at the pump and you are not wasting your money. When you pay cash, you end up saving more money than paying with a credit card or a debit card. How I ended up determining how much money I was able to pay, I normally had my first paycheck and I'm like, okay, I have to pay the mortgage, I gotta pay my car payment, I got to pay, like, I have to pay electricity, gas, and have some money over for groceries. And some of you guys may be able to relate to this, where you get paid and you're like, oh my God, I'm broke again till 2 weeks later. I know it's so hard, but just remind yourself I am on a debt-free journey. And then my second check was my check that I was able to send out bigger payments. And I literally felt like I was going to work to have absolutely no money. This is just temporary pain for the bigger picture, you guys. When I started in January and I started off with $10,723.81, I remember, like, I was like, man, I'm literally just going to work to pay off my debt. That's how it felt like, even though that's not the truth, because, you know, we go to work to get paid to be able to have the lifestyles that we have, or I mean, is that even a lifestyle? But anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. I just started getting like really creative with it, even with like my house. I started like writing down like my debt-free journey, also like for my home, and also like for my credit card debt. As of right now, we are down to, like, I should have the exact dollar amount. I'll put it here after I total it because I wasn't actually prepared for that. But we paid off Best Buy, Amazon, what else? Ulta, my Costco credit card, my Chase credit card. I only have a little bit left, and I'm really excited because I wish that there would have been a video like this of someone like me that was a mom trying to raise our kids with inflation and just everything that comes with it, and just someone that would just be like so open about, like, yeah, I have debt and we're gonna do this together, you know? So with that said, you guys, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys found value in this video, and I just want to let you know, in case nobody has told you today, you're loved, you're enough, you're capable, and you're deserving of having it all. And until then, bye, you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff. If you liked it, you know, you can subscribe, comment, drop a comment. You can subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what you thought. I will catch you guys on the next one. I gotta go pick up the kids now. Bye. By the way, I love you, mija. Have a good day.